Hi there, welcome to today's series where we're going to be having a little bit of fun. Now this workout that I've got ready for you is really going to have to make sure that you've got good mobility in your spine, because we're going to be playing with a lot of things like inversions and a lot of core control in a flexed position. So, there are a lot of movements in Pilates that are relating to that. And it's important that we can get that in our body. However, if you have any injury that is contraindicated in any of these moves, please, this is not the one for you. All right, so we're going to begin nice and easy just onto our back position and starting with our line up with our head and lined up right in the center all the way down towards our feet. So our first movement is very simple. It's the just the bridge, peeling the spine up away from the floor and then lowering the body back down again. So as we're doing this movement, this is our warm-up. This is the beginning of getting your lower body very controlled and starting to open up different segments of the spine and beginning to engage in some of those lower abdominal fibers, pelvic floor muscles that are going to be helping when we're going into some of our deeper inversion exercises. And we'll just do one more like that, just getting a little bit of warming up through the back body. So it's always good to prepare yourself before you're about to do any of these, more vigorous moves. Send your hands back behind the back of the head, and we're going to start to warm up our upper back. So nodding the head and shoulders forward, curling up to look towards your thighs, and then rolling yourself down. So similar to with the bridging that we just did, as you're curling up, you're beginning to feel the flexibility in the upper body. And then rolling down again, just lying the spine out. So you're going to be mindful to not sort of flare the ribs each time you come down, but to really feel that you've got this connection between the ribs and the pelvis, the front, the side, and the back of your body. So on the next one, we're going to increase our tone on this one. So we're going to roll ourselves up, stretch your arms out to find the back of the legs, and then curl up a little more. Just let the elbows slightly bend off to the side, and then reach your hands to find your head and lower down. So as we're curling up, we're going to take a breath out here. Inhale as you stretch your arms to your legs. Exhale as you just fold a little bit more. Now this is the important thing. Keep your head where it is, your chest where it is, reach the arms for the back of the head, and then down. And that already should start to feel quite vigorous in your belly area. Last time as we go up and reach the arms forward, and then again curling up. Reach your hands behind your head and stay lifted. From here we're going to bring one leg and then the other up into the air. So your point is to keep feeling like you're curling yourself up away from the floor. Slide your left leg out, rotate towards the right thigh, and then come back into the middle, staying up, and twist towards the opposite way, and then coming back. So we're taking this slowly. We're exhaling as we're going across. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the side. Inhale, come back. One more time with this tempo. Exhale out, inhale back, and exhale out. And inhale back. We're going to continue going on, but this time it's going to be a little bit more of a focusing on a breathing out each time your leg pushes away from you. So we'll go breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring it all the way back in and lower everything back down. From here, we're going to send your left leg towards the ceiling, holding on behind the back of your calf area. Now, depending on the flexibility at the back of the leg or, how long your arms are, we're going to either hold just the calf, the ankle, or maybe you need to hold the back of the thigh. From this position, we're rolling ourselves up. Now, you've got a little bit of give with those arms again. Elbows slightly bent out to the side. Really stretch the back of that knee away from you. Lengthen your right leg down so it's just hovered off of the floor. Your body shape is going to stay exactly as it is, and we're going to scissor the legs out. And then bringing them back in. So left leg down, left leg up. We'll go for another 4 like that. Down and up. And feeling like you're slicing the air between your legs, keeping the pelvis as steady as possible. Last time as we bring the left leg up and then hold here and then return everything back towards the mat. Keep the hands behind the back of the leg and then curl the head and shoulders forward again. Maintain your right leg on the floor. Roll yourself all the way up into a seated position, elbows bend. This is a prep for our teaser. And then we're going to roll ourselves all the way back down again, imprinting through your spine. And again, breathing out as you roll yourself forward, curling yourself up, sitting up tall, and then returning back towards the mat. Now, if you know more of the repertoire in Pilates, this is a sort of little variation on our climb a tree, but I'm not doing the walking up and down the leg. I'm just holding the position at the back. And then last time, bringing it down from here, release and scissor the legs over so your right leg is toward you. Taking a breath in, and again, as we nod our head forward, curling the spine up, rolling up, let those elbows bend to help you come up towards your leg, rather than trying to overly lengthen the arms and create tension at your shoulders. And again, nodding the head forward, peeling the spine away from the mat, holding elbows wide, and then coming back down again. So we'll have one more time just beautifully and easily as we're coming up away from the ground. The bottom leg is there for a guide for you, but you're not trying to lift it off the floor just yet. And then bringing yourself all the way back down. Fold both knees up into the air, stretch your arms back and behind. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, curl the head and shoulders forward, stretch the legs out, and then curl and return back in. And again, rolling the head and shoulders forward, reaching the legs away from you, and then bringing it back down. So the angle that your legs are going out away from you, you're going to keep that as your sort of teaser position. So we're not into full hundreds with the legs low. On our next one, we're going to curl our head and shoulders forward, stretch those legs out, and lengthen your arms so that they're parallel with the legs. And then lowering yourself down, you can soften your knees, pull them in, and stretch the arms over. We do that one again. Curl the head and shoulders forward, lengthen the legs away from you as you bring yourself up into your balance, and then coming all the way back down towards the mat. Now you can stay with that, otherwise the next two will go into our full version. So we've got straight legs, straight arms, and then we're going to nod head and shoulders forward, peel up, look at your toes, bring your toes up with your vision as you find your balance at the back of the pelvis. And then imprint your lower back, lowering the legs down safely to the floor and the arms overhead. One more time as we take ourselves up, curl forward through the chest, raise the legs up, find that perfect balance, and then lowering yourself all the way back down towards the mat. Circle the arms around and down towards your side. Hug your dog in by you. And then from this position, we're going to start with knees folded again. So we're going to take it into an overhead motion. So your legs are going to go up towards the ceiling and then peel your pelvis off the floor, aiming your feet towards the wall behind you. From here, we separate your feet apart, flex your feet for a little bit more nerve stimulation, lowering your pelvis down to the mat, and then circle the legs out, around, back together, and up and over. So making this a nice fluid movement through the spine, back of the head very rested, shoulders very balanced. So when we're in an inversion, it's very important to not turn your head to the side unexpectedly. So hopefully you're just listening to my words rather than having to look at me sideways, flexing the feet, and then coming back down. When we get to the top of the next one, we're going to pause in that position and hold ourselves here. You're going to float one arm back and over, and then float the other arm back and over. So now we're balancing right up onto the back of the shoulder area, and the head is very supported. So we'll keep the hands where they are for now. You're going to lift your one leg to the ceiling and the other one toward the floor. Now you may or may not end up touching your foot to the ground. That is irrelevant. You're trying to stay balanced and scissor your legs. So if you're happy doing that, stay. If you'd like to add on, hold on to the back of that ankle. This exercise should look familiar. We did it on our back just a moment ago. So holding the base of your ankle area, pushing the other leg away from you. We're going to make this into kind of feeling like, oops, I did it wrong, but it's going to be part of the sequence. Hold on to the back of that leg. Press the right leg or whichever leg is to the ceiling a little further. Keep a hold of the leg. Roll yourself up into your balance. And then you're going to lower yourself down, rolling over, and then we're going to switch our legs. So hopefully you're going to see all the patterns we've already created in our class today, and curling back. So keeping this little split of the legs, whether you're facing upright, whether you're facing overhead, and we'll go one more time. I wonder what my microphone is doing. I feel like I'm eating it as I'm talking. Last one is we take it all the way back. Bring both hands down behind you, and then lowering your spine all the way towards the mat surface. Bend your knees and rest everything towards the floor. Let's pop over onto your side position and come up into a position. Not yet there. So we're going to come up into this position. So a lot of, again, strong movements can happen in Pilates, not only from the spine, the core, but also in weight bearing. And we're going to meet some of those now. So taking one foot in front of the other, hand out to the side. We're going to press up into a plank position. So feeling like you're going over towards the wall, pressing through the feet and sending your arm towards the ceiling, and then coming down very controlled towards the mat again. We'll do that again. We're going to press up, arm to sky, standing onto the edges of your back foot and more flat on the front foot, and then coming back down. Next one, we're going to stay up and hold our position. So from here, we're going to go into a threading of the needle, rotating through, stretch your arm toward the back, and then raising the arm up toward the ceiling. And again, spinning through and lifting up. Now I'm only going to do 3 of these moves because we're going to do a few more, and I want you to keep with the stamina. And then back up towards the side, and then lowering yourself all the way back down. Our next one is called the side bend. It's a little bit strong through the underside of the body. And we're going to get ourselves to come back into position. This time, you're going to stack one foot on top of the other. So your back foot slides in underneath you. Keep your feet balanced together. You're going to lower your hips down, looking towards your feet, and then push yourself up and away, looking towards your hand on the mat. And then coming down, lower your hips toward the floor, and then pressing yourself up and over. Now, no word of a lie, being on a mat makes it much more challenging because it's a little bit unsteady underneath you. And then come back to center, change your foot position, and lower yourself down. All right, we're going to spin around and we're going to do that on the other side. So my dog wants to do other things today. He doesn't want to do Pilates. So we've got a hand out in front of us, arm at your side. Ready, steady, and up we go. So taking yourself into the side plank with the arms straight up, not side bending yet. That's the next one. And then coming back down. And again, pressing yourself up towards the sky and returning yourself down. Staying at the top of the next one, hold your position, and then rotating through as you reach your arm toward the back wall, and then spinning your pelvis and your eyes to the front. So we start from the head, the eye gaze turns around through the rib cage, and then spinning to face everything to the front. You won't believe it, but I've already lost count. I'm going to say one more time to take us through, and then send us all the way back and lowering down. Now this next movement, you know, the side bend, I promise you tomorrow or the day after, you're going to feel it on the side of your body, which is not a bad feeling. All right, when you're ready, here we go. Pressing yourself up. Let's put both feet on top of each other. You can do it in a stagger if you want. Lower your hip toward the floor without touching, and then bring it up and turn your eyes towards your hand. There's a lot going on in this movement. So a lot of strength through your shoulders, through the side body. Pushing away, and then unstack your feet, and then down we come. You're doing so well already. So let's come and face towards one side of your mat. We're just going to take the hands and place them around the fronts of your shins. So you can hold higher up or you can hold lower down. You're going to find your balance so that you're at the back of your sit bone area or closer to your sacrum. Your feet are away from the floor. It's called rolling like a ball. So you want to make sure that you are in a ball shape. So curl your head in, round your tail, and on your inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. And inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Last time. From here, we're going to add on. Take your hands onto the inside of your ankles. You may even find you need to hold on to the outside of your underside of your thighs. You've got to do you. When you're ready, on your exhale, we're going to stretch your right leg out to the side and then bring it back in. And then your left leg is going to push open and bring it back. We do one more time each side, still focusing on the balance. As your leg is extending away, try not to slump in your upper body. Feel like your chest bone is looking forward towards the view in front of you. 2 times, double legs, press out, hold the shape, and then fold back in. Last time, send them open, pause, bring it back in. On this next one, we're going to add in the rolling like a ball movement. So we're going to take it out. From here, swing your hands to hold the backs of the ankles and then inhale to roll back. Exhale to bring it up. This is called open leg rocker. As we go back and as we come forward, you've got 2 more. Tipping back from the pelvis. As your head goes to the floor, it can touch, but we're not resting our body weight onto it. Let's just do another one for fun. And back. And then bringing it in, cross 2 legs over and come up into standing. And we're going to finish with our final move here, which is just going to be a roll down towards the floor. So take a good breath in. As you breathe out, top of the head rolls towards the mat. Make your weight go forward in front of your feet. So you don't want to stick your bottom back towards the wall. And then rolling yourself all the way back up to standing evenly on your toes and your heels. And again, as we breathe out, that feeling of going over something in front of you, whether that be a fence, a bench, a chair, a cupboard, whatever it is, getting the arms to really soften and drape down towards the mat with you and coming up. Now, of course, your body is different to my body. If you don't have the length in your legs, have a softness in your knees. So the movement again is all about that lovely mobility of your spine, the strength through your abdominals. Good breath in at the bottom, and then rolling yourself all the way back up towards the top. From here, we'll just take a seat down as my dog comes back into my lap to finish our session for today. That was amazing. Thank you for letting me work out with you in some of the more advanced work. Of course, there's plenty more advanced stuff that happens in a Pilates session, but I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, let me know in the comments below either what was the greatest thing or what was your biggest challenge. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you again in another one soon. Bye. Yes.